and presentation of new cabinets by the Chairman Electoral Commission.
No,
Speech and presentation of new cabinets. Okay, welcoming remarks from the organizing committee.
I take this opportunity to welcome the guest of honor, the US and protocols observed. Everybody who supported us in organizing this party, thank you very much. I take this opportunity to thank also the team I have been working with, like the secretary, the finance. I all thank you very much.
The next item, which is speech and presentation of the new cabinets.
Thank you very much. I must honor and welcome everyone in the house. We have 9 ministers as the new cabinet, and it was elected using the electronic voting. The new cabinet are going to be presented in front here for swearing in. I must congratulate you all upon the success that this is the day you have made it to your best. Hoping that as we are going out of the office, you are going to do something very great and very wonderful for African Rural University. This is the team that has been presented for today's swearing in.
I, Nango Jacqueline, being elected as the Information Minister at African Rural University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Rural University Guild Council in the office of Information Minister, and that I will support and uphold the African Rural University Guild Constitution, and I will counsel and advise the Guild President and her successors in the office for the good management of the Guild affairs. So help me God.
Linda Caroline, being elected as Campus Affairs and Culture Minister at African Rural University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Rural University Guild Council in the office of Campus Affairs and Culture Minister, and that I will support and uphold the African University Guild Constitution, and that I will, to the best of my judgment, all the times when required, freely give counsel and advice to the Guild President and her successors in the office for the good management of the Guild affairs. So help me God.
I, Nakaiyiza Grace, being elected as the Foreign Affairs Minister from African Rural University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Rural University Guild Council in the office of Foreign Affairs, and that I will support and uphold the African Rural University Guild Constitution, and that I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times when required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Guild President and her successors in the office of the good management of the Guild affairs. So help me God.
I, Bahire Julia, being elected as faculty representative at African Rural University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Rural University Guild Council in the office of faculty representative, and that I will support and uphold the African Rural University Guild Constitution, and that I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times, and when required, freely give my counsel and advice to the guild president, and her successors in the office of the guild, in the office for the good and management of the guild of affairs. So help me, O God.
Our beloved visitors, you are most welcome for this function.
Next on our agenda, we are going to have the Education, Games and Sports Minister.
I, Osena Mukisa, being elected as a Minister, Education, Games and Sports, African Royal University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will, at all times, fully serve African Royal University Guild Council in the office of Games and Sports, and that I will support and uphold the African Royal University Guild Constitution, and I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times, when required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Guild President and her successors in the office of the good management at the Guild affairs, so help me God.
I am Peace, being selected as a General Secretary, African Royal University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Royal University Guild Council in the office of a General Secretary, and that I will support and uphold the African Rural University Guild Constitution, and that I will do the best of my judgment at all times when required. Freely give my counsel and advice to the Guild President and her successors in the office for her good management and Guild affairs, so help me God.
I, Nakaiyiza Marita, being elected as a Finance Minister of African Rural University Guild Council, solemnly affirm that I will at all times well and truly serve African Royal University Guild Council in the office of the Finance Minister, and that I will serve and uphold the African Rural University Guild Constitution, and that I will, to the best of my judgment, at all times, when required, freely give my counsel and advice to the Guild President and her successors in the office for the good management of the Guild affairs, so help me God.
I, Makuna Humusa, solemnly affirm that I will exercise the function and duties of the Vice Guild President of African Royal University and shall uphold, preserve, and defend the African Royal University Guild Constitution, and that I shall promote the welfare of the African Royal University students, so help me God. I, Makuna Ahumusa, solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance. I will not directly or indirectly reveal any matter that shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secretary, so help me God.
I, Nakaiyiza Grace, being elected as a good president, solemnly affirm that I will exercise the functions and duties of the good president of African Royal University and shall uphold, preserve, and defend the African Royal University Guild Constitution, and that I shall promote the welfare of the African Royal University student, so help me God. I, Nakaiyiza Grace, solemnly affirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to African Royal University and embrace her vision, mission, and philosophy, values, and principles, and that I will protect, preserve, and defend the African Royal University Guild Constitution, so help me God. I, Nakaiyiza Grace, being elected as a good president, solemnly affirm that
I will not directly or indirectly reveal any matter I shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secrecy. So help me God.
Congratulations, Honorable Nakaiyiza.
Finally, you have made it your best.
Yes, finally made it. She's a very strong lady.
Sorry?
She's a strong lady. I think she will rule Aru.
Very, very committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the outgoing and the incoming. You're all filtering. I welcome whoever has joined us in the new course, our lecturers, epicenter managers, our visitors from different places. You are highly welcome to this place.
Principal, you are most welcome.
Yeah, the next item on the agenda, we are going to have the handover.
Congratulations, Honorable Mr. Obsinge, our Education and Sports Minister.
The other time we went to Lira, we went to Moni University, so this time I hope you will take us outside Uganda.
Actually, you will take us over where? We don't know. Maybe you take us in America.
Wow. So at this juncture, I'm going to welcome our General Secretary. I expect this.
This way, please, we are most welcome, our General Secretary, Aaron.
Incoming class representatives, we honor your presence, otherwise we appreciate the work you do. And as explain what Christine has done during this regime. We shall hear from the VC, our chief guest of today, as we proceed with other items. One. Nango Jacqueline, class representative, year 2.
Nango Jacqueline, we are most welcome. Congratulations.
And Goza Sylvia, class representative, year 3.
Goza Sylvia, you are most welcome. Congratulations.
Kugonza Annette, class representative, year 4. Nancy Merigoleti, welfare, campus affairs, Grace, faculty representative.
Congratulations, Grace.
Atwaila Juliet, finance minister.
Congratulations, Juliet.
Who comes first?
Goretti, foreign affairs minister.
Goretti, you are most welcome. Congratulations.
Sarah prepares herself. Chabe Goretti, congratulations. Muhimbi Sarah, our general secretary.
And my co-MC, you are most welcome.
Congratulations, and your co-MC did. Yeah. She's doing it very well. Apoko Jennifer, Minister of Education, Games and Sports. Vice Guild President, Namsa Rosemary. Very hardworking and very committed. Yeah, the one speaking at Goza Fiona.
At Goza Fiona,
I feel I've done my speaker.
Actually, you've done it the best. Congratulations, Fiona.
Anyinge Christine Ojok, Guild President.
Congratulations, Christine.
Baruku from IGI Kagadi Hospital is here with us.
And also welcome, sir.
And also our epicenter managers, we recognize your presence.
The Arrow Caribbeans, you are most welcome.
I thank you all for sparing the busy time and schedules for this occasion that most must pass for a measly, idle, and imprudent activity. Yet it's a moment for reflection and sharing. It has been a year since we took in office, that is from 12th of May 2018. We were ambitious and full of dreams to achieve our vision. I must say that up to now, we still have that, and we shall live to achieve more. I believe in the core of tenets of our institutions of creative approach and thinking. It's a tenet this institution and others need, and we are the change makers they want. In fact, the country and humanity have high hopes in us. As we sit here today, we reflect on our achievements and challenges encountered, as well as extend gratitude to all actors during my administration. And finally, to pass the mantle of leadership to the next student leaders. We look over the Guild administration with the following mission that we have successfully accomplished today. And some of the achievements included Guild orientation, conference, and seminars, where several seminars were organized, and this exposed our students not only within the confine of Bunyoro region, but to the whole part of this country, especially in the north where African Rural University was not known. We have also emphasized on publicity, where we did several things, including 32 talk shows within Kagadi, in the northern region, that is Lira, Gulu, and West Nile. We also endeavored to keep the relationship with our community through organizing the Keep Kagadi Clean campaign, which was not only an event, but a continuous activity. This did not show that we are an island or independent institution, but it showed our passion to work with the community around us. Apart from that, we have also created a lot of contact with the institutions within Kagadi and the secondary schools, which all of you know, no one can join a university without passing through those institutions. I will also highlight achievements under education, games, and sports. I'm here to report to you that during our tenure, we don't register, or we have never had, or we ourselves never got a retake. Meaning, we not only encourage the fellow students, but we also worked hard. In sports, I must acknowledge the previous guild bodies who streamlined some of the things, put it in place for us, that has made it easier for us to achieve some of the things like the uniforms. Much as you initiated, we have accomplished it. And as you know, they will always recognize those who things like that achievement has happened to them. But we are not ignoring your contributions. We also ensured several games, which strengthened sports and game within the university. And I remember at one point we made an attempt to take African Royal University to the East African level, where we were supposed to participate in the East African Games in Dodoma, Tanzania. I think this is a great attempt, and to us we feel it's an achievement. Under projects, we didn't only maintain the existing projects that the former guild put in place. We went ahead to establish a 1/4 acre of vegetables, Muzizi tree projects with at least 60 trees planted already, established citrus project with 50 seedlings planted. And this was not as a result of only being active within the university, but also collaboration with other stakeholders, including Kagadi Town Council. Therefore, I would like also to acknowledge Charles Tumuhe, who really played a great role in making us establish this project. Thank you so much. We didn't end there. As students aiming at transforming our communities, we developed and demonstrated several appropriate technologies. I must appreciate the VC for giving us the chance to come up with what we really want, that is designing, and we really followed up on the progress of our dining hall and dining hut and the kitchen. So I think it's a great achievement. Apart from that, we also ensured good health of students through good sanitation within and outside the hostel. That's why very few cases of disease outbreak and students' health deterioration was registered. Something which is also important that we did is promoting and encouraging good relationship among the students and the guild leaders, and also among students and administrators. That's why you never heard of any strike or attempt to do strike by African Royal University. Introduction of escort, which is something that was not there in place. Attend a functional guild office, which was not in place. And I would like to thank the previous cabinet who were maybe advocating for, but I must report that finally we achieved a fully equipped guild office with everything an office requires. Other contacts we created that I believe it will ease the coordination and maybe the achievement of this incoming guild is UNSA, that is Uganda National Students Association. As you all are aware, this is the national body that governs all the students in Uganda. At least we have created that good contact, and it avails several opportunities, such as being a member of that national body actually being in the office. I remember sharing my poster with several WhatsApp groups and individuals when I was contesting to be Assistant General Secretary. And I believe the mantle will be taken by our new cabinet. Let's not leave that to die. And this has created awareness to all the guild leaders in different universities. Because to campaign to be in that position, you need to talk to all students, like all student leaders and the deck members in all the countries, in all the districts in this country. So at least African Royal University is known that way as well. Then we also developed a clear reporting system on monthly basis, where the ministers and class representatives report to the guild president, then the guild president report to the vice chancellor. This gave us chance for evaluating our progress, as well as to keep the administration updated about what is happening. Some of the unaccomplished work and the ongoing project that we feel you should really make it continuous. One is the amendment of the Guild Constitution. We didn't do that, but hopefully we give you the power to do that on our behalf. Then we had bigger project that we wanted to establish, talking compound we didn't do. We really wanted to have also a cultural gala to appreciate the diversity within this university. So I hope you will do that. Then we have this ongoing project that we would really urge you to continue with, which is the Keep Kagadi Clean activity. We shall really be happy and appreciate if you carry on. To the incoming guild, this is my advice. To the incoming student administration or leaders, I say this. Be simple. Yes, you've won a race, but the race is not either swift, neither victory for the mighty, but a chance and opportunity that happens to all. Use the opportunity well for the greater good of others. Don't look at yourself alone. Living for others is a rule of nature. There are still much work to do. To my cabinet, that is the outgone, right? Yeah? We took on a role we asked for. I remember we asked for it. And we made it our own, with grace, honor, and with grit. Through our style and good humor, we made the Arrow a place that belongs to us and to everyone. And new generation of leaders shall set their sights higher because they have us as role models. I believe we are role models. You have made me proud, and you have made Arrow and our entire institutions and country proud. However, that should not be the end of your leadership journey. Like I always say, we hope to meet in Parliament, as you all know. And one of the 5 things URDT and Arrow works for is happiness. So all of you should know life is better when you're happy. But life is also at its best when others are happy. You know, no man is an island. So if I'm happy and my neighbors are not happy, then that's not a better place to be. I believe the mission isn't complete. Thank you for the opportunity and cooperation given to me and the team. I shall forever remain a guild president and shall forever be grateful to you all. Thank you once again. I say all this for God and my country.
We are going to have another speech from a new guild president.
I extend my sincere thanks to all those guests that we invited and really turned up. It is a different case to be invited and then to come. Many people are called but don't turn up. So thank you very much for coming. I congratulate my ministers that we are going to work hand in hand. Thank you for going through the process. It is always not easy, but you made it. Thank you very much. I urge you to be committed and strong, support our university and to lift it to a greater horizon. But I believe with the help of God, we shall achieve more and more, and even what we had not even thought of doing for African University. Me and my team, we shall awaken the sleeping genius in each student of African University through teamwork, by building an exemplary leadership and work ethics, pursue excellence in academics, because that is the primary role as why we are here. We shall continue with what the former guild has not completed.
The guild president was saying we gave a lot of support to the guild. Culturally, I will put it in vernacular that we can translate. Akana katumwa. Bakakola bata. They get rewarded. But listen, if you have a guild cabinet with the leaders who know what they are doing, they follow the constitution, they organize, they are available to serve, why would management fail to support such a guild? In many other universities, you find a very big rift and conflict between management and the students. And that causes paralysis. We think we should build a culture where management, whose function is to support the students, supports the students as the students reciprocate and also do their work. I want to, at this point, to acknowledge administration and the US that there's been fair transparency, everyone knows what is going on. Christine said something that I'm a guild president, I will remain a guild president. It was like, wait a minute. So what happens to the ones we have chosen? But the message is, once you are in leadership, you can't keep on changing. That today I'm acting as a responsible woman. Now that I'm no longer a guild president, I can do what I want. I think that was the message. And that way, then you become an opinion leader. So we are not going to talk about teaching principles of creating, and we don't put them into practice. Lastly, I read the speech, I looked at the conclusions and the recommendations, which she didn't read. I'm happy there is no recommendation for us. I hope you are going to be a living example of what the ARU students' body should look like. We encourage empowerment, we encourage self-expression, we encourage all those things that give people happiness and fulfillment. We expect the same to be done at home, wherever you are. I want to recognize the arrival and presence of the chairman, LC5 Honorable Stephen Fashionable. I say all this in the name of rural transformation. And this is to invite our guest speaker, who is also the district chairperson, Kagari District Local Government, Honorable Nyaruhanga Stephen, who holds the fort, which is in Fashingabo, to come and speak to. I'm delighted to be part of this congregation, the African Royal University, and the other stakeholders. When you are handing an instrument of power to the incoming the president, we want to congratulate you upon achieving this noble task. You might call it simple. You might think that you were given votes and now you have finished. I want to assure you that you have only challenges that require somebody who is patient enough with the students' demands. They have so many demands and expectations from you. You have to be somebody who is smart, who
is approachable, somebody who can be approached by anybody. From the intelligence I have, there is no good president who has ever beaten her leadership. You have performed very well. You have exemplified leadership skills. You have networked. And actually one of the reasons why I am here, she has interested herself in the chair of the LOC5 Kagadi. Thank you so much. We wish you the best. But I want to also request you that you should interest yourselves in both local and national politics. Don't leave these positions for the rest. Because I know URDT is an institution that trains leaders. We pray that the leadership, the new leadership, is going to work with us very well. For us, we shall be there for you. Don't fear to come to my office. Whenever I'm there, I will make sure that I'm giving the attention to the incoming leadership. I said this for God and my country.
Sorry? Three, yes. 2, yes. 1, 0. Congratulations, congratulations, members. Congratulations for success. Congratulations, you have been enrolled. Congratulations. Promise open for you. The one who was supposed to make for us, like, she's not willing. For you are the next people to go and Madam Helena, whenever you are, you're most welcome. After the start.